Hello, guys. In this session, we are going to discuss Trump's victory and its global impact. So, if you see Donald Trump's first presidential win in 2016, it actually sent shockwaves across the world. Both America's allies and the competitors were surprised, and they were unsure of how his policies might reshape the global relations. But now, with Trump winning again, there is a renewed discussion about his potential influence on the world economy, global trade, and even international relations. So, if you see our external affairs minister Jaishankar also recently shared his views on what a second Trump term might mean for globalization and how India could use the situation to its advantage. So, today in this session, let's break down his insights and understand what opportunities might lie ahead for India in this changing world and with Trump's second term. So let's get started. That's exactly what I'm going to discuss in this session. Let me share the screen and then we will discuss further. Okay, so first we can discuss the shift in global supply chain. Sorry. Yes, okay. So let's begin with the impact on supply chain. So the COVID-19 pandemic, if you see, it actually exposed how heavily the world depends on China for manufactured goods, right? And when you see the factories were closed down at that point of time, and the entire global supply chain was disrupted, and essential items from electronics to everyday goods were suddenly, it was short and it was very harder to get. So this situation actually made countries to realize the risk of relying, too much on one single resource. So or source. Okay, so Jaishankar believed that Trump's re-election could speed up this shift, and as more and more companies trying to diversify away from China. India is emerging as a viable alternative. Some companies might shift operations to other Southeast Asian countries like Indonesia or Philippines, but India with its large market, with a good skilled workforce and huge population, stands out as a strong candidate in this scenario. So for India, there's a golden opportunity to attract international investments and become a major player in the global supply chain. So next we will look at geopolitical hedging. So think of it as a way to protect oneself from the risk. See, much like taking, an insurance. So in terms of global strategy, if you see countries diversify their alliances to avoid being completely or overly dependent on one single partner, right? So in this context, if you see, Jaishankar basically believed that Trump's policies could drive stronger India-U.S. relation, especially as both countries seek alternatives to China. So this is where India's strategic positioning comes in. And if Trump continue his, America first approach, he will likely to encourage closer ties with countries like India to build a balanced world order. So in this way, geopolitical hedging could give India more leverage and solidify its role in the global stage. So now let's also look at digital transformation and the potential technological collaboration. So if you see, one of India's major strength actually lies in its, rapid digital transformation, the way we are transforming, if you see in the last decade. So if you see over the past few years, especially the last, 7 to 8 years or the last decade, India have embraced, digitization on large scale through various initiatives like Digital India and the UPI, the Unified Payment Interface, etc. So these advancements have actually made technology a daily part of life, and from small street vendors also accepting the digital payments to large scale online transactions also. So from the bottom to the top, now it's almost shifting to online transaction. And with Trump likely focus on technology and infrastructure, India could benefit from closer digital collaboration with the US, and this could mean more support for technological growth, which would further elevate India's position as a digital leader. Now, in this interconnected world, if you see, stronger digital ties with the US can provide or will provide India with the tools and the partnerships to support its growing digital economy. So that is actually going to be a good advantage. So we will be looking at that also. Now let's look at the talent mobility, that is like differentiating immigration and the skilled workforce. Let me change the slide. So if you see, immigration was a key topic in the Trump's first campaign, and especially with his strong stand against the illegal migration from Mexico. And he emphasized the need to secure the borders and reduce general immigration. So in this context, Jaishankar actually pointed out that Trump distinguishes between immigration and mobility. See, immigration refers to general population movement, while when we talk about talent mobility, it focuses on skilled workers moving to other countries for better opportunities and work. When we talk about mobility, we normally won't talk about the geographical movement alone. We talk about upward and downward. Okay. So India is known for its highly skilled professionals, particularly in IT and technology sector. And this workforce could be in high demand globally. So despite any immigration restrictions, this workforce that India have, which are skilled professional, and see guys, if you have skill, you will be in demand at any point of time anywhere. So though Trump may restrict the immigration, the demand for skilled talent is likely to remain strong, and that will allow the Indian professionals to find opportunities abroad in any case. So let's also look at India's recent growth and the global readiness. Jaishankar also highlighted India's impressive growth over the past decade. And if you look at the educational expansion, India have made tremendous improvement and changes in education with new institutions opening frequently. And every day, more students have access to education, and that actually prepare India to be a knowledge hub for the world and is creating more skilled workers and who are in demand also. Now, if you look at the infrastructure development, the pace of infrastructure, the way it is getting developed or the development is, it's very again very much noteworthy. And highways and railway tracks are being constructed daily and kept on expanding also, and new airports have opened across the country, and this infrastructure is very crucial to support the international business and trade, and that is actually the objective of infrastructure development also. And if you look at the digital integration, India's digital economy has grown remarkably with billions of transactions happening every month, and this kind of readiness set the stage for India to be a strong player in the global economic integration. So let's also look at Trump's America First policy. Now, what it means for globalization. So let me look at the next slide. Okay, so if you look at Trump's campaign slogan, that is America First, which basically promote the idea of prioritizing US interest over the global commitments. The Make America Great Again, the MAGA, that theme has resonated strongly within the US, but it actually raised questions internationally. See, if you look at one example, that is, Trump's approach to NATO, where he actually questioned why the US should bear most of the financial burden when other member nations contribute far less compared to US, right? So this stance left many US allies basically questioning their own responsibilities, and also has led to reconsideration of the global alliances. For example, Germany recently faced internal conflict over funding, Ukraine, and that was actually influenced by Trump's stance on reducing US involvement in the foreign conflict. So he's thinking that why the taxpayers' money of US need to be used for the other conflicts between two different other countries, right? That's again his version. And if you see, that is actually respected and acknowledged by the US citizens also. So Trump's inward focus policies could encourage other countries to adopt similar approaches, and that reshape the global landscape. Now, if you look at this for India, how can it benefit? It could mean like balancing opportunities and also the risk, especially as global alliances and the trade relationships when it is evolving, right? So if you look at this conclusion now, see, we can take Trump's second term may bring both challenges and opportunities. So if you get a question or if you need to write an answer, it can come with challenges and opportunities. So like international relation, if you are getting any question between India-US relation, or how the geopolitical landscape shifting and everything, this is what you can write in the conclusion. There are challenges, there are opportunities. Now, particularly, it can reshape globalization. For India, there's a moment to capitalize on potential shift in supply chains, digital collaboration, skilled workforce demand, and geopolitical partnership. Okay, so India can supply the skilled workers also. So by positioning itself wisely, India could emerge stronger and more influential in the global economy over a period of time. But navigating this landscape will require strategic planning and proactive policies. And in this dynamic world, India's role could expand significantly, and that will be reflecting its readiness to contribute to and also to benefit from. So India is willing to contribute and readiness to contribute and also significantly benefit from that. So the economy is rapidly changing. So if we contribute, we'll also benefit. So that's the situation. And this is going to be a very good opportunity, but with challenges. So that's about the session, guys. And thank you so much for watching. See you in the next session.